Okay, get ready, because today we're diving into AI that can use computers,
Whoa.
not just following, like, specific commands,
Right.
but actually navigating screens, clicking and typing just like we do.
It's wild. Like a person sitting at a computer, but it's AI.
And this isn't sci-fi, folks. This is happening right now,
Yeah.
which means it's time for a deep dive.
Absolutely. And this has huge implications
Huge.
for how we work, how we live.
I really think
The future, like
your future.
buckle up. So we'll cover some amazing things this AI can do
Amazing.
and the challenges it faces too.
Like, imagine an AI booking flights for you,
Whoa.
writing code,
Yeah.
or even accidentally clicking away from an important recording.
Oh, no.
We'll get to that.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Let's get started.
So Anthropic, how do they do it? How did they develop Claude 3.5 Sonnet
Well, they just announced it October 22nd.
this month?
Yeah, this month, 2024. And
Big news,
big news, yeah. And this AI is capable of using computers,
like we said.
just like we were saying.
Wow.
It's mind-blowing.
How does it actually work?
So from what we understand, Claude can actually see the computer screen.
See it?
Yeah, it interprets screenshots and figures out where everything is.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So it's like taking a picture
Yeah,
of the computer screen and then
it uses that picture to understand,
understanding.
yeah, what's on the screen.
Wow.
And then it knows how to interact with it.
So it learns to, like, associate certain things it sees
Exactly.
with certain actions.
Yeah, like if it sees a button,
Like a button that says book now.
yeah, it'll know, okay, I need to click that to book something.
That is crazy.
It's incredible. And it's learning to generalize and self-correct.
Self-correct.
Yeah, even without internet access during its training,
Wow.
which means it's not just copying what it's seen before.
Right.
It's actually figuring things out on its own.
Like problem solving.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. And that's thanks to machine learning.
That's right.
The progress in AI is just astounding.
So let's get into some real-world examples, because I know
Yeah, let's see it in action.
people are probably wondering, okay, so what
Yeah.
is this actually being used for right now?
So there's this company, Replit.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're an online platform where you can write and run code.
Oh, cool.
And they're using Claude to give real-time feedback to developers.
As they're, like, working on apps.
Right, as they're building apps.
Wow.
So it's like having an AI assistant
Yeah.
that can evaluate your work instantly and suggest improvements.
That would be so helpful.
Right, it's incredibly powerful for developers.
Yeah, and then there's GitLab,
Oh yeah, GitLab.
popular tool for software development.
Very popular.
And they've seen a 10% improvement
That's huge.
in AI reasoning for their software tasks using Claude.
That's a significant boost in efficiency.
It really is.
Yeah,
And think about what that could mean for how we develop software.
absolutely. It could revolutionize the whole process.
And then we've got the browser company.
They're really interesting.
They've been testing Claude for automating tasks on the web,
All sorts of things.
and they're saying it's superior to any other AI model they've tried.
That's a huge endorsement.
Yeah, like, these people are working with this stuff firsthand.
Exactly.
They're seeing the result.
And they're impressed.
So it sounds like Claude's really impressing the humans.
Yeah, it's making a big splash.
But of course, with any powerful new technology,
Right.
there are concerns about safety.
Absolutely. We have to talk about that.
And I know Anthropic is very aware of these potential risks.
They've been very vocal about responsible AI development,
Yeah, and they're addressing things like prompt injection.
which is basically when you give an AI malicious instructions,
Oh, okay.
and they're working to prevent those kinds of attacks.
By giving guidance to developers?
Yeah, they're giving developers best practices to keep AI systems secure.
That's good.
And they're also closely monitoring Claude.
For misuse.
Yeah, especially anything that could be harmful
Right.
or could disrupt elections or do anything unethical.
And they've also assured everyone that data privacy is a top priority.
Absolutely. They're not using user screenshots
For training.
to train the AI without explicit permission.
Okay, good.
So no worries about your private data being used without your consent.
So it's great that they're taking these concerns seriously
Yeah, they're really putting measures in place.
to mitigate those risks. But it's important to acknowledge
Yeah,
that this technology is still in its early stages,
it's very new.
and there are limitations.
There are some limitations, yeah.
So, for example, Claude's computer use is still
It's a bit slower than a human.
slower,
Yeah, and it can make mistakes.
like we all do,
Well, exactly. It's still learning.
and it struggles with more complex actions.
Things like scrolling, dragging, or zooming.
Right.
Those can be tricky.
And remember how we talked about seeing the screen?
Yeah, through screenshots.
Right, so it's like looking at a flip book.
Kind of.
instead of a smooth video.
Exactly. So it can miss things that happen quickly.
Like a notification that pops up,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it can miss those cues.
But even with these limitations,
The progress is still incredible.
it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like what they've accomplished is pretty remarkable.
Absolutely. And there's these funny anecdotes too.
Oh yeah, tell me about those.
So one time Claude accidentally stopped a recording session. And then another time it took a break from a coding demo to browse pictures of Yellowstone National Park.
It needed a vacation.
I guess so, right?
That's hilarious.
It's like it's developing its own personality,
It really is.
which is fascinating to think about.
So we've talked about the good.
Yeah.
We've talked about the limitations.
The twerks.
But what about the potential downsides?
Oh, yes. We need to address the elephant in the room.
Because with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Always. It's important to consider those downsides, right? Both the good and the bad.
Yeah, because there's a lot of potential for this technology to like really impact people's lives.
Absolutely. It could change a lot of things.
So let's talk about some of those downsides.
Yeah, okay.
One concern that always comes up with new technology
Yeah.
is jobs.
Jobs, yeah.
If AI can do tasks that humans currently do,
Right.
what happens to those jobs?
That's a valid concern for sure. As AI gets more and more sophisticated,
Yeah,
it might be able to automate certain tasks that are currently done by people.
but it's not necessarily a doom and gloom scenario.
Right. Not
It's
necessarily.
historically technological advancements.
Yeah.
They lead to new opportunities too.
They create new industries and new jobs.
Like think about the automobile.
Oh, that's a perfect example.
Displaced jobs related to horse-drawn carriages.
Right. All those blacksmiths and stable hands.
Then it created
They're a whole new industry.
manufacturing transportation.
Yeah, tons of new jobs.
So it's more like a shift in the types of jobs we do.
Exactly. A shift rather than complete elimination.
So AI could free us up from those repetitive tasks
Yeah, the boring stuff.
and let us focus on more creative, strategic, interpersonal roles.
Exactly the things that humans are really good at.
So it's about adapting and evolving.
Right, alongside the technology, not being afraid of it.
And that's where education comes in.
Oh, absolutely. Education and training are key.
Because as AI changes the job landscape,
People need to acquire new skills.
new knowledge to stay competitive.
Exactly. It's about being prepared for the future of work.
Okay, so that's jobs.
Mm-hmm.
What about something a little bit scarier?
Ooh, okay.
Like misuse of this technology?
Right, because we already talked about prompt injection.
Right.
But what about like malicious actors using it for bad things?
Yeah, like spreading misinformation,
Oh, yeah.
launching cyber attacks.
That's a real risk.
It is.
You can't ignore that.
So we need to have strong security measures in place.
Yeah, to prevent AI from being used for harmful purposes.
So it really is like any tool.
It is.
It can be used for good or for bad.
It all depends on the intentions of the user.
Which brings up another important point.
What's that?
Ethics.
Oh, yes. The big E.
Because as AI becomes more integrated into our lives,
Right. It's everywhere.
it raises all these questions.
About privacy, autonomy.
Even what it means to be human.
These are big questions.
They really are.
And we need to be thinking about them carefully.
We can't just ignore them.
No, we need to have open and honest discussions.
About how AI is impacting our society.
And make sure it's being used to enhance our well-being.
Not diminish it.
Exactly.
So it's a lot to think about.
It is a lot to unpack.
But it's crucial that we have these conversations.
I agree. We can't just bury our heads in the sand.
Let's shift gears a bit
Okay, where are we going?
and talk about some of the positive potential impacts.
Okay, I like that.
One area that seems really promising
Yeah.
is accessibility.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about someone with limited mobility
Right.
being able to fully control their computer with their voice,
Just telling Claude what to do.
navigating websites, filling out forms.
All the things that might be physically challenging otherwise.
It could be transformative.
For people with disabilities, it could be huge.
And education, too.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Imagine personalized AI tutors.
That can answer questions.
Show students step by step how to solve problems.
And adapt to their learning style.
It could make education more accessible,
More engaging
more effective.
for everyone.
And then there's creativity.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Artists collaborating with AI to create new forms of art.
Musicians using AI to compose music.
Filmmakers using AI for visual effects.
The possibilities are endless.
It's mind-blowing to think about all the ways this could change our lives.
It really is.
From improving accessibility
To enhancing education.
unlocking new creative possibilities.
The potential benefits are vast.
It's like we're on the cusp of a new era.
It feels that way.
where humans and AI work together to achieve incredible things.
But we have to remember,
What's that?
the future isn't predetermined.
Right.
It's up to us to shape the direction of this technology.
And ensure it's used for good.
Exactly. It's a shared responsibility.
Which brings us back to the importance of these conversations.
Open and honest discussions about AI
Its potential risks.
and its ethical implications.
So I know our listeners are probably thinking,
What are they thinking?
okay, this is all fascinating.
Yeah.
But how does this affect me?
Right. How does this impact my life?
And that's a fair question.
It is.
We're still early on,
Yeah, it's early days.
but the potential impact is huge.
Huge. The ripple effects are already being felt.
So let's get specific.
Okay, let's do it.
How might we see this technology affecting our lives in the near future?
Good question. Well, think about it this way. How do you interact with the digital world on a daily basis?
I mean, checking emails, browsing the web,
Yeah.
shopping online, social media. It's like my whole life is online.
Exactly right. And as AI, like Claude, gets more sophisticated, it could seamlessly integrate into those everyday things,
Oh, okay.
making them easier, more efficient,
Interesting.
maybe even more enjoyable.
So give me an example.
Like instead of going through hundreds of emails manually,
Oh, worse.
an AI assistant could sort through them for you,
Okay.
prioritize the important ones, and even draft responses.
So I could finally get to inbox 0.
Maybe. It's about freeing up time,
Yeah.
so you can focus on more creative things.
The stuff AI can't do yet.
Right, exactly. What about online shopping?
Oh, I do a lot of that.
An AI assistant could help you find the best deals,
Oh, yeah.
compare products,
Yeah.
even make purchase decisions based on your preferences.
That's wild.
It could even help with travel planning,
Really?
booking flights, finding hotels, creating personalized itineraries.
So I could just tell it, like, I want to go somewhere with beaches and mountains.
Exactly, and it would figure it all out for you.
That would be a mess.
No more endless scrolling through travel websites.
Sign me up. What about entertainment?
Oh, AI could revolutionize how we consume entertainment.
How so?
Imagine personalized music and movie recommendations.
Oh.
Discovering new artists and genres, playlists tailored to your mood.
It's like having a personal DJ.
Exactly. And these are just a few examples.
I'm sure there are tons more.
As this technology keeps developing, there'll be even more applications.
It's kind of scary how fast it's all happening.
It is moving quickly.
Yeah.
But remember, this technology is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
So we need to be careful
We need to be informed and engaged in the conversation.
about AI
Yeah, about how it's developed and used.
so we can make sure it's used for good.
Exactly. And Anthropic is actually encouraging feedback right now.
They are.
Yeah, during this public beta phase, they want to know what works,
Oh, that's smart.
what doesn't, how people envision using this technology.
That's great that they're being so open about it.
It's a good example of collaboration.
Yeah, they're not just developing this in a vacuum.
Right, they're involving people from the start.
So what are your biggest hopes for this AI?
I hope people will use it to solve some of our biggest challenges,
Like what?
like curing diseases, developing sustainable energy.
Those are some big challenges.
They are. But AI could help us find solutions.
What about your fears?
I fear that people will let fear itself hold them back
From what?
from embracing the possibilities of AI.
Because they're so worried about the risks.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance for sure.
Embracing the potential while acknowledging the risks.
But I think we can do it.
You're optimistic.
I think we can navigate this and use AI to create a better future.
Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into AI that can use computers like us.
It's been quite a journey.
We covered how it works, the impact on jobs, ethical concerns.
And all the exciting possibilities.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. But hopefully our listeners feel empowered to keep learning.
Keep asking questions.
Exactly.
So go explore the links we've provided
Do your own research.
and let us know what you think.
Because the future of AI is up to all of us.
Well said. And on that note, we'll sign off for today.
Until next time.
Keep exploring. Keep learning.
And keep those questions coming.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.